The U.S. experienced a 27% decrease in drug overdose deaths nationwide from 2023 to 24. Fatal overdoses in Maine dropped 20% during the same time period, the lowest level since 2019. And here with us to discuss is Sweetser spokesperson Justin Chenette. Justin, thank you so much for joining us. It's not often that we talk about this topic and there's a glimmer of hope, right? This does seem hopeful. What do you think attributed to the decline?
Well, we're so thankful that overdose deaths are declining, but obviously one overdose death is one far too many. We heard from Governor Janet Mills at her opioid response summit recently that really the decline is due to an expansion of recovery, treatment, and support and services, as well as the widespread distribution and availability of naloxone. And Sweetser actually employs options clinicians and recovery coaches in lots of counties all across the state. And really, options liaisons are there to really connect you to a network of support and treatment, work with community groups to educate around administering naloxone in times of need, and work with groups like law enforcement and other entities and to reduce stigma. I think that's really important. And recovery coaches, many of whom have lived experiences, can really authentically work with individuals on their own treatment and recovery journey. So that hands-on approach, being out in the community, meeting folks where they're at, so critical.
Absolutely, and it's a testament to the work that you do, and people can't get help. It's out there, but they can't get help if they don't know how to get help and where to do it. So where are the ways and how are the ways people can learn more?
Well, one way, we're very excited. We have our 3rd annual Sanford Recovery Rally and Film Screening happening on August 2nd at our Hope and Healing Center in Sanford. And really that's just one way to really bring a sense of community and fellowship to folks that are not only in recovery, but maybe families and friends who want to support those who are in their recovery journey. So we have over a dozen providers in the recovery community coming together to provide critical resources, as well as have a film screening with our friends at Points North. They're going to have a recovery in Maine sort of mini documentary series, which is going to really showcase stories of impact, which I think is so important that folks see the positive that can come from a recovery journey. And at the other end, you know what, there's hope, there's healing that happens. And so to see those positive stories of impact are going to be critical, and we're going to have fun doing it. I think that's really important. So there'll be prizes. Blake from Coast 93.1's going to be there emceeing. And I think we're just bringing folks together, knowing that recovery is possible and we're there to help.
We love Blake, and very fun. Also, you know, I think it's important to note that the people who have experience with recovery make very good coaches, and that's some of the things that Sweetser finds very important.
Absolutely. We're going to have our options and recovery coaches available. We're going to show how folks can administer naloxone. So all of that is really important to really interact with the folks that can provide that hope and healing.
How do people access support, you know, just beyond attending this event?
Absolutely. KnowYourOptions.me is a great statewide resource. If you want to look up your own options liaison in your county, in your area, you can go on there, type in your information, and find your options liaison. You can also get harm reduction strategies and other critical resources for your own recovery journey, or those that might be in your life that are needing those resources. So I think that's a great start. And of course, I would always promote the peer support line, 24/7, free resource. Again, staffed by individuals who have lived experience, so you can authentically connect with one another on a peer-to-peer level. You're not talking down, there's no judgment. That absolutely matters when you're needing to process your own feelings and emotions.
Yeah, I think that's what I was getting at, lived experience, so important.
Absolutely. People have been there, done that. That absolutely matters, because, you know, when you're trying to break through the stigma of actually seeking out support, to have somebody who's been in your shoes in a different way maybe, but that absolutely matters to that person.
So important. All right, Justin Chenette, spokesperson for Sweetser. We always appreciate when you come on the show. Thank you so much.